So, John Wick 3. As you all know, John Wick 3 outsold expectations for the summer. The box office, Lionsgate had not copyright claimed the 4-point posters of John Wick 3. I think they're past that. But John Wick 3 was one of the most successful movies of the summer slump. Of course, the summer slump has been affecting sequels and prequels upon alike. Sequels that nobody asked for, like Toy Story 4. Godzilla King of the Monsters then is not doing too well because of bad timing, but I think there's a revolution going on in the movie industry. John Wick is one of the few movies that have not that have not underperformed or flopped in the summer at all. Godzilla underperformed by like 10 million. What was expected to do around 50 million. Um, John Wick 3 was projected to do only around 40 million, and all I have to do is show you how much John Wick 3 actually grossed in its first weekend. 56 million, which is over the 45 million it needed to make. And movies that did exactly as they expected, like Detective Pikachu. Pikachu is doing exactly how they expected it to do. But you look at all the other movies. Toy Story 4 is underperforming in Disney's eyes. Dark Phoenix was flopped. Pets 2, which is not a flop, but it's not doing too well. Man Back International, which flopped domestically, and various other movies that have came out as well. The only movies that have done well this summer was Detective Pikachu, Endgame's actually still considered Endgame, oh yeah, that Endgame, Aladdin, Pokemon Detective Pikachu, and John Wick 3. And I think Godzilla will actually break even. I think it needs $370 million to break even, so Godzilla will actually still make back some of its money. So, and of course, Rocket Man was a massive success as well. But summer slump, sequel slump, as I call it, many sequels have underperformed over this year. Many original projects have done pretty well. And even some adaptations or licensed projects that still managed to be original in the end, like Detective Pikachu, and of course John Wick 3. Even though it's a third sequel, John Wick is just one of those. It's kind of like Lord of the Rings and James Bond. Well, each entry comes out, you just want to see more. So John Wick 3 is the only one that actually did well over expectations. But today we'll be explaining why John Wick is still doing well. Number one, but there's one other movie and the Blu-ray space that has been doing well this summer as well, and we'll be getting to that one as well. But today we're talking about the rise of original movies. Even though John Wick Chapter 3 is a sequel, John Wick is a franchise that has been doing better and better because more and more people want to see Keanu Reeves and John Wick as John Wick. More and more people are going out to the theaters and going to go see John Wick 3. I've seen the first two already. They're all made by Lionsgate, and Lionsgate I always criticize for not having a franchise. They have one. They have two. The Hunger Games, which they're kind of limited by books because they're book-based franchise. They have got. What franchises does Lionsgate really have? They've screwed up Hellboy. What franchises do they have? They have the Hunger Games, which is based off books, so they can only make so many. That's why they're probably making the sequel as prequel movie as soon as possible. John Wick is the other franchise they have. Oh, and of course, Twilight, but that was after. And John Wick. There's some other franchises like Saw, The Expandables, and the Medea franchise, which they're no longer making any. Which Tyler Perry says he's not making any more Medea movies. Then we have Saw, Now You See Me, which the second one didn't do too well compared to the first one. Other than John Wick, they don't have any franchises. They also published the They only have John Wick and Saw, and of course they're making the Hunger Games prequel film. So Lionsgate doesn't really have that much of a franchise. They not really have many franchise films. They also have Kick-Ass and various other smaller franchises. And that's basically it about Lionsgate. They don't really have much. As most of the franchise starters usually flop or are too over budget for the actual interest, like Gods of Egypt and Ender's Game. Even though Ender's Game was not that great of a movie to begin with, but and of course movies like Divergent. So Lionsgate has easily, even though Anna flopped, John Wick basically made more money than Anna did in its first week. And John Wick movies don't even have big budgets. John Wick's Flea's budget's only like 50 million or something. So John Wick probably definitely made back its money. So, and John Wick's not even going head to head of other similar franchises like Jason Bourne. Yes, Jason Bourne, that Bourne franchise, and even beating many of the Mission Impossible movies, as even being Mission Impossible as a franchise as well. And even being one of the Mission Impossible movies, Mission Impossible 3. And Mission Impossible is a bigger franchise than John Wick, and has been around longer than John Wick. So, John Wick's probably gonna turn to another Mission Impossible and Bourne or making tons of movies about John Wick. But there was another movie that has been doing well this summer, despite doing okay. As you all know, the movie, the top 10 highest grossing movies, had an unexpected success story. Had an unexpected movie that was expected to lose 200 million, even though that's what pheonix lost. There was a movie that was not expected to do that well, and that's of course Alita Battle Angel. Alita Battle Angel, of course, is another movie that people like. John Wick 3 is also now at number 10 because Dumbo's gross has been just downgraded, so John Wick is now the 10th highest grossing movie. Let's look at Amazon. This movie has been consistently in the top 20 ever since pre-orders have come up. No, not Captain Marvel, because as we all know, I covered why Captain Marvel didn't even make the list. No, it's Alita Battle Angel. On Blu-ray, the movie will probably sell around 1 million copies first week. It is being How to Train a Dragon, a movie that has been out for a month, and a movie that is guaranteed to sell a lot of Blu-rays to begin with. So, what do audiences really want? They want more original movies. They want more original stories. Okay, they don't want the same. In terms of actual, they want new franchises. That's why Detective Pikachu and Alita Battle Angel did so well, and did so well for starts of new franchises. Detective Pikachu, even though it is based off an existing IP, is a new movie franchise. Pokemon, besides, and of course, but what about the other Pokemon movies? No, those don't count. Those are there's a difference between, no, those don't count as live action. Those are animated ones. And also, Detective Pikachu is now the highest grossing video game adaptation ever made, surpassing Tomb Raider. It hasn't surpassed, I don't know if it has surpassed Warcraft worldwide. And it hasn't surpassed Rampage worldwide. I don't know if it did. So, how much did Rampage make worldwide? Yeah, I don't think it has passed Rampage worldwide, which, yeah, it's not past Rampage. So, I think there was a rise in original movies here. Original movies are going to make a comeback. There's a change in entertainment that's coming around and it's going to hit Hollywood fast. So expect a few more summers to be like this year. Lots of sequels that are expected to do well flop, and of course, remakes and reboots that nobody has asked for, nobody wanted to underperform or outright flop. And you wonder why Alita and Detective Pikachu are so successful. Because people want to see something new. People want to be attached to new characters. It's human nature, and Hollywood can't change that. And also, How to Train a Dragon, that's the end of a franchise, okay? They even confirmed that they're not making another one, so that's why. And of course, the end of the MCU, people need to find something else to be attached to. And maybe Detective Pikachu and Alita, and John Wick because people love John Wick movies. And they're making a fourth one because of how much people love John Wick 3. And John Wick 4 is probably grossed twice as much as John Wick 3. People want to see more of certain franchises and less of Toy Story. Nobody really wanted Toy Story 4, and I won't be surprised if Toy Story 4 does not hit $1 billion. And of course, we'll pass How to Train Your Dragon the Hidden World, but will likely end up at around 600 to 700 million, which is definitely an underperformance. If it does go to $1 billion, I will do so. I'll say make a video saying I'm wrong about that. But you have unexpected movies go to $1 billion like Aquaman. You know that world, you know Hollywood is changing. Aquaman, one of the most hated superheroes, managed to make $1 billion. We did see successful movie revivals like Jumanji, and we did see successful revivals like of Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. But there's a difference between certain movie franchises. Mission Impossible and I bet Hobbs and Shaw will probably do well. Fast and Furious movies will always do well in China. But there was a change coming, and we will all like it, but not Hollywood. That's why I look at the domestic gross. Until summer blockbusters came out, Alita was in the top 10 movies. So, and now Alita is constantly in the top 20. I haven't seen Alita, so I can't really give my opinion on like John Wick, because I can base my opinion on John Wick based off the other two movies. I've seen the other two movies relatively recently. But John Wick, I'll basically like John Wick is similar to many other franchises like James Bond, Mission Impossible, Jason Bourne, those franchises. That's what John Wick is similar to. That's franchise and Pokemon has universal appeal around the world. And Pokemon Detective Pikachu is actually original, even though it is based off a game of the same name. The movie has an original story, original plot, and is not reused from the games. Because what could we learn from the flops? Okay, Lego Movie 2, more of the same. King of the Monsters, bad scheduling. Dark Phoenix, feminist propaganda. There's a reason why Alita outsold Dark Phoenix. Well, Alita is the opposite of Dark Phoenix. And the only reason why Captain Marvel did well is because of this movie up here called Endgame. I bet if Captain Marvel released now, it would have flopped like Dark Phoenix. It would probably did better than Dark Phoenix because it's the MCU, but we will probably have been around down here with us, How to Train Your Dragon, and all these movies. That's the only reason why Captain Marvel was a success, because of Endgame. And because Endgame exists, and people want to see what happened to what if there was anything to do with Captain Marvel and Endgame, well, they were disappointed and Captain Marvel will likely flop on its second entry. And I'm saying that because people actually hate Captain Marvel. Let's remember, Alita, was compared to Dark Phoenix, two characters. Dark Phoenix had massive drops, and they were even the same amount of feeders as well, Alita and Dark Phoenix. Dark Phoenix actually had a better opening than Alita, and Alita is probably still going to outsell Dark Phoenix at the end of the thing of it. Look at Dark Phoenix's drop. It had dropped 75.5 for 71% and 62%, which is definitely below Alita, which Alita is outselling Dark Phoenix. Maybe it's time to end feminism in movies as well. Maybe make original plots that people actually will like, and even I think they should make a Dragon Ball Z movie that's not evolution. Maybe make the guy who made Alita, made Robert Rodriguez, make him make it, because he made Alita so great, so he can make Dragon Ball Z so great. Make an actual confident director make Dragon Ball Z is all I'm saying. Oh, looks like a storm is coming. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and goodbye.